What's up, everyone? The topic of today's video is why my dreams don't come true. And there are three specific reasons why your dreams don't come true, and I'm gonna share them today. So, we all are dreaming about something, right? It's whether we want to make more money, or we want to find the love of our life, or we want to have kids, or we want to travel, we want to have freedom. No matter what your dream is, it's basically working the same way for every single dream. All right. So, at one point in my life, I was dreaming to make $5,000 a month, right? When I used to live in the Bronx and I used to work as a mover. That was my dream. And I didn't know what to do. But if you listen to people from YouTube, from Instagram, all different motivational speakers, they all talk about one thing: take action, take freaking action, take action, take action, take action. So I used to take action every single day. I would go ahead and apply for different jobs. I would go ahead and send out my resumes to different companies and stuff like that. Every single day for 1 year, I did that. I was taking action. I was taking so many goddamn action, you don't even know. I was basically spending all my time searching for different jobs, applying for those jobs. But you know what happened? Nothing. I was not invited even once to the interview. Maybe I was applying to the wrong jobs, you would say, or maybe I was doing something wrong. Maybe my resume wasn't right, right? That's what you're gonna say. Trust me, I fixed my resume billion of times. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube. I followed the scripts, online script, like like different gurus say, this script, that script. You gotta mention these words. There are specific keywords in your resume. I did all that. I did all that, and a couple of responses I get, like the automatic responses, uh, the which ones computer send out. I'm sorry, you're not qualified. Blah 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 blah. That's what I got. So I was taking action every single day. Progress didn't happen. So I started questioning myself. Why? Am I bad, or maybe I'm not worth it, or what the hell is going on? Because I have two masters. I speak English. I just came from the army. I have, I don't know, the army certificate. I have all those benefits adding up to my master's degree. On top of that, I speak a couple of languages and stuff like that. No progress. I couldn't find even like an easy job, and I was stuck working as a mover. I mean, I did move a little bit at my company. I was a mover, then I became a driver, then I became a foreman, but it wasn't like the progress I was dreaming about. I was going up on the ladder, like that corporate ladder, and talk like everybody talks about, but the progress was not happening until I did some I did it unconsciously. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't do it on purpose. I did it unconsciously. I did some work with my subconscious mind. Like I said, I did it unconsciously. I didn't do any practices. Later on, a couple of years later, I figured out that I was doing the practices. All those all those things that I was doing, they were practices, like specific practices people do to reach their dreams, to reach their goals fast. And I was doing that unconsciously. I was listening to my intuition because sending out resumes, calling different companies, it didn't work for a year. Zero progress. Like I said, I wasn't invited even on one interview. So then I start working with my subconscious mind, and I start removing blocks from my subconscious mind, because I had people call it limiting belief. I had a limiting belief that a freaking immigrant from Russia can't make $5,000 a month in America without American degree, even if you have citizenship and whatever. Because if you open up any job application, you're gonna see you need 15 years of education, 15 years, 20 years of experience, blah blah blah. If you want to make like 10K a month, you need a lot of things, and the list goes on. The huge list. What do you need? And on top of that, I used to live in New York. Thousands of different applicants were applying for the jobs, and I had that limiting belief. I had removed that belief, and so step number one: you have to work with your subconscious mind. You have to work with your limiting beliefs. It's a must. There are two ways to work with your subconscious mind. There are different techniques which you can do yourself. I call it manually, to reach your dreams faster, to transform that limiting belief inside of your subconscious mind so you can reach your goal fast. The second step is to take action. What actually ended up happening when I work with my subconscious mind and I remove that limiting belief, that's it. I stopped applying for the jobs. I didn't do anything else. I just worked with my subconscious mind and I let it go. I'm like, okay, you know what? F that thing. I'm not gonna apply for any jobs because it's not working anymore for me. So I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna live my life and be happy. Whatever. I have a job. It's okay job. You know what I mean? I have food to eat. I'm not making like $5,000-$10,000 a month, but still, I'm alive. That's more than enough. So I worked with my subconscious mind unconsciously, and what happened was, one day I came back home and I received a phone call. And there was a girl. She didn't sound professional. She just sounded like a girl from the street. She's like, "Oh, hello. I found your resume online." She found my resume. I did not apply for the job. She found me. I found your resume online, and I was gonna offer. It's 1 year old resume. Are you still looking for the job? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. What job do you have? Oh, I have a job for $5,000. Hold on, what? What do you have? That's what I asked her. Because I didn't believe it was like 7 p.m. It's not like 2, 3 p.m. or 9 a.m. when they usually call, like the big companies, And she's like, yeah. So do you want to make $5,000 a month? I'm like, yeah, of course I do want to make. Well, what kind of job is it? Oh, it's a work in a dental lab. She did not sound professional, like I said. I'm like, what dental lab? What the hell is dental lab? I didn't even know that the dental labs exist. You know what I mean? So, yeah, she offered me a job, and I'm like, are you ready to come to the interview? So I went to the interview. It was a smallest office. I used to work in a biggest moving company in the world, flat rate company, and logically, it would have made sense to grow up inside that company because that company is so rich. It's the biggest company in the world, moving company. And I had a choice to leave that company because at that point I became a supervisor. I did not do any moves. I wasn't a mover anymore. I was just wearing a suit, driving a car, taking pictures, and I was supervising the job. So, and I was making about, well, it depended, 2,000, 3,000, something like that, sometimes 1,500, whatever. It depended on how busy the season was and stuff like that, how many hours I had. So, and on the other side, there was a small company, private company. I've never heard about it. I've never even heard about dental labs in general, and about this specific one, of course not. And it was a small company, and they were like, yeah, I went to the interview, and I looked around. Not professionals. Everybody's smoking cigarettes right inside the office. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, yeah, man, what's up? This is cursing around. I'm like, what the hell is going on in this company? And they were like, do you want to make $5,000? So come on Monday. I'm like, okay, I guess I will. I don't know. Okay. So I had a choice. I worked with my subconscious mind, and then the opportunity showed up. As soon as the opportunity showed up, I took freaking action. I did it. It was risky. I was scared a little bit to go from the company number one and having a stable job to go to some private company with some people, and I'm like, I don't know. They didn't seem professionals. They didn't seem, like, I don't know. It was something unsecure, unstable. So I took action. Step number two, take action. So I took action, I went there, and I got a job, and I started making $5,000 a month. So there are two types of people nowadays. Then, when I was working there, I started applying the same technique I was doing, and I started making $10,000 a month at the same company without even going anywhere. So I jumped from 5,000 to 10,000. Then I learned about subconscious mind. Then I learned about subconscious mind. Then I learned about the mindset, and that you need to meditate, you need to remove the limiting beliefs, you need to heal the inner child, all those good things. And I started doing those things, and I just concentrated on that. I concentrated on step number two. And whenever I had an opportunity, I didn't take action. So, two things you need to do: work with your subconscious mind and then take action. If you just take action, if you do thing number two, just take action without working with subconscious mind, the progress could happen, but it could take you years, maybe 5-10 years. And then transformation can happen. It can happen when you watch a movie or read a book, or maybe talk to someone who inspires you, maybe when you watch some kind of the video on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever. That the transformation could happen, but it also could not happen, you know what I mean? But you can transform the limiting belief yourself. And then whenever you have an opportunity, take action. For example, if you're dreaming about the new job, right? And you're meditating, and you're doing different techniques, you're healing your inner child, you work with your subconscious mind really, really hard. And then all of a sudden, they fire you from your job. And you'd be like, damn, man, I was dreaming about a new job and I just lost the job. That's the opportunity right there. That's it. So take action. Start looking for a new job, or maybe you have a job, an okay job, and you're looking for a new job, and some of your friends, oh, listen, we have a new position opened up in my company. You want to come? And you'd be like, I don't know, man. Like, my company is cool. Like in my case, my company was #1 moving company in the world. And why would I move to the smallest private company? That's an opportunity. You gotta trust the universe. That's what you've been asking for. Take action. If you just take action without subconscious mind, like I said, the life could transform you, but it can take years, or even, I don't know, a long time. Or if you just work with subconscious mind and the opportunities fly to you and you don't take action, also nothing is going to happen. And the third, probably the most important part, not the most important, but also important, though, 3 things you need to do, is to remove your goal, dream from the pedestal. That's it. Remove it. Let me give you a quick story over here. When I was gonna buy a car, I was saving up money. I was making a lot of money. I was saving up some money, and I saved up a couple of not what was it, 20 something thousand dollars, and I decided to go and buy a Porsche, a used Porsche Cayenne. And that car was on a pedestal. I'm like, oh man, this Porsche, oh my god. If I'm gonna be driving Porsche, I'm gonna be like, yay! I'm gonna be, I don't know, a superstar, half god, something like that. So my dream was on the pedestal. I had money. I called the dealership, and they're like, hey, we have 3 Porsches, come. I went to the dealership. I spent 4 hours, 4 freaking hours. No one of the salesmen came to me. So I start, 4 hours. I'm just sitting there. I'm looking at the Porsche. I can't get inside because they're closed. I'm like, excuse me, guys. Can you serve me? I have cash in my pocket. I want to buy a car. Yeah. Wait for your turn. You see, we have customers. I'm like, yeah, but those customers just keep appearing. Yeah, they called us. I called you as well. And then and I was so pissed. I was so mad at those guys, at the salesperson. Nobody helped me. So I went to the manager. And the manager showed up, like, what's going on? And I told him, listen, I've been waiting for 4 hours. I have freaking $20,000 in my pocket, and I want to buy a Porsche from your dealership. Please sell me your car. Look at these people. They don't have money. They're just looking around. They're just like, eh. So the general manager got so mad at me. He's like, you know what? He was not that rude, but he did mean it. He was like, yo, wait for your turn, all right? You see, we have customers over here. I'm like, why are you yelling at me, man? I'm trying to buy a Porsche. So I ended up waiting for 2 more hours. I got so mad, so I left. I went to the second dealership. I called them. I'm like, okay, I'm coming. You have that car? They were like, yeah, we have that car. So I drove there 3 hours more. I drove there for 3 hours. It was from Long Island driving to New Jersey. Came over there, showed up, very professional dealership. And they were like, we sold that Porsche at 9 a.m. I'm like, but I called you 3 hours ago and it was like 2 p.m., let's say. I don't remember. And they were like, yeah. The girl who had the phone, she's not, she looked at the computer and we didn't update the system because we just sold it today. So I couldn't buy a Porsche and I ended up buying BMW. And then when I was working with subconscious mind, I realized that my dream was on a pedestal. I'm gonna make a separate video about the dream having on your dream being on pedestal because this topic is super important. But 3 things, guys: work with your subconscious mind, take action, take freaking action, remove it from the pedestal. That's it. If you do these 3 things, your dreams will fly to you. You're gonna be living in abundance and prosperity. That's how it works. That's the only way it works. Some people do it consciously, so their dreams come fast. Some people do it unconsciously. Some people transform their limiting beliefs consciously. They do special techniques, practices, meditations, and stuff like that. Some people transform their limiting beliefs unconsciously. It could happen like I told you, when you watch a movie, when you speak with someone who inspires you, who you listen, maybe it's your mentor or whoever, or maybe when you read a book because when we read a book, we imagine ourselves are like heroes, like the main character of the book, and that's when the transformation could happen. So those 3 things must be done in order to make your dreams come true. If you just take action, it might take years or maybe take forever. I don't know. If you just work with your subconscious mind without taking action, nothing is going to happen. And if you do these 2 things, but your dream is on a pedestal and you're like, yeah, man, I'm doing everything, blah, 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 it will not come true. So 3 things, guys. Remember, I love you. Believe in yourself. Work with your subconscious mind, take action, remove it from the pedestal. Peace.